What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. I'm here to give you guys a little bit of an update. We missed a couple of videos because I had to go in for a couple of procedures. I had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy, both at the same time. They told me it was a 2-for-1 special, which means I had a lot of fun doing bowel prep and things. And I wanted to give you guys just a quick update as to what's going on and give you a sneak preview of some things to come. Let me stop that light from flashing for you there for a minute. How about that? This just got delivered. Like, this thing is fresh off the trailer. And we've got, sitting right behind it, this is not new, but this is going to be going up for auction, well, tomorrow. When you see this video, when this video comes out, this car is going to be going up for sale at ACV Auctions. It's unfortunate. It looks a little dusty. Would have been nice to have sprayed it off first, but it is what it is. So my 66 Galaxy is getting ready to go down the road, and I have another delivery that's supposed to be here. I don't know, that may be them. Any minute now, it's supposed to show up. This is my first giveaway car, my C5 Corvette convertible manual transmission, LS1, custom wrap, custom interior. It's a month late, but it is finally showing up, and we're not sure if we're going to give that car away any longer. Maybe we'll save it for later. We'll see what happens. We're debating on whether to give away the C5 Corvette convertible. Maybe once I get done with this thing, giving away the G-Wagon, although I don't think that's going to happen either. Maybe the C65 AMG, the V12 bi-turbo Mercedes that I just purchased, maybe that'll be, we'll figure it out. We got plenty of cars to choose from, but I wanted to give you guys an update as to what's going on with me as far as what happened at the doctor, and we have a major update, probably the biggest update we've had in a long time. We finally have an answer from the state of Oklahoma about the future of AAR auto sales. Nice and warm in the shop, guys. I've got, it's 70? Yeah, 70 degrees in the shop right now. It is freezing outside. We're gonna be getting back to the Fox body here real soon. In fact, I already started without you guys on this because I don't want to drag out a bunch of boring videos doing the same thing over and over, trying to figure out what's wrong. And when you start having to get into wiring, hint, hint, probably a wiring issue. Okay, I'm gonna throw that one out there for you guys free of charge. When you start getting into wiring, it become quite tedious, boring. It can really get drawn out. So I'm working on figuring this out. And I'm going to tell you something. I think I'm this close to having this thing figured out. We'll find out more. I would like to come out here and film some videos tomorrow. I'm going to try to, but tomorrow, well, today, when you see this video, we're supposed to have snow, ice, and it's supposed to be awful. So I don't know what we're going to be able to get done, but we're going to be back on this one really soon. I also got some parts for the G-Wagon. We're going to be back on that one very soon. Of course, I've got a video coming of the 72 Chevelle that I just purchased. That thing should be incredible. This, I believe, is sold. I found a local dealer that's interested in buying several of my cars and stuff. They said they see me all the time, and they'd like to skip the auction, just buy the cars directly from me. So I think we're going to be doing that really soon too, and this is going to be their first purchase. They said they were interested in grabbing my Harley Davidson. I'll be so happy to see this thing leave. They're going to buy it for, I think, $2,500, which is really cheap, and it's a great bike. So I'm going to lose some money on this one, and then hopefully things get a little bit better from that point on. So there's what we got going with cars, and if the Corvette shows up tonight, I'll take you outside and we'll do a quick walk around of it. But you know, it's typically like this with the transporters. They say they're going to be at a certain time, and they don't show up for hours and hours. So I'm not going to hold my breath. They're going to be here tonight. Let's jump in to everything that's gone on in the last couple of days. All right, so I went in for the colonoscopy and the endoscopy, and they found something really, really interesting. It's not completely unheard of, but it's pretty unusual. I actually have part of my stomach tissue in my esophagus, which explains a lot. I've had a lot of problems with my throat, with a lump that kind of swells up and stuff and makes me feel like I'm going to vomit. Well, that's why. They said it's a congenital issue. I was born with part of my stomach tissue in my esophagus, and the crazy, it's bothering me right now. It's like, hears me talking about it. The crazy part about that is it actually still functions like my stomach tissue in my esophagus. It can produce, I think they said it can produce like acid and stuff. It's really, really bizarre. But that's one of my problems. They did some biopsies while they were in there. They said, for the most part, I look good. Everything looks fine. They don't see anything that's concerning as far as cancer or any of that stuff, which is all great news. But they found some gastric atrophy in part of my stomach. And the way that was explained to me is it's like part of my stomach lining is not functioning the way it's supposed to anymore. It's not producing enough acid. Who knows? They also found some internal hernias. And what else did they find? Gastric mucosa, which they could be caused by GERD. I think it's gastral. I don't remember what it stands for, but basically like the acid reflux type stuff. Did I say hernias? Internal hernias? Internal hemorrhoids. Internal hemorrhoids. Like, this is all embarrassing stuff that most of you probably don't care about, but I do get a lot of you messaging me on YouTube. You're in the comments and you're sending me emails. You want to know what's going on, how's everything going. So I'm just doing this to give you a quick update. Yes, it's kind of personal, but it is what it is, man. I've always been transparent on the channel. I don't plan on changing that anytime soon. So basically, I took a couple days off. Number one, so that I could do my number twos. I had to do the bowel prep. Most disgusting, awful thing. Just when they tell you it's going to be bad, it's going to be bad. Like, in your worst nightmares, you cannot imagine how bad doing bowel prep actually is. And it's not the procedure, it's the prep. It's awful. It's really, really bad. But at my age, at 45, you're supposed to do it anyway. I needed to get the colonoscopy done, so now it's done. We'll see what happens when the biopsies come back, and fingers crossed, everything is good. Now, I talked with the state of Oklahoma about my dealer's license, and we got some news, and this is final. We are denied. We will not be getting our retail dealer's license. It's not going to happen. This is final. This is permanent. It's over. So now that we got that out of the way, what are we going to do? Like, what are my next plans? Because obviously you guys see me. I'm telling you that we're out of business, and you also see me buying more cars, an S65 AMG. We've got the new Fox body over here. We've got the Chevelle. We've got the G-Wagon. We still have the police car. We have the motorcycle. So why am I doing this? Well, to put it simply, I was able to negotiate with the state of Oklahoma, and we came to some terms that we agreed to, which means the wholesale dealership is back in business. I'm supposed to hear from somebody at the state sometime this week, and we're going to get my renewal processed for the wholesale dealership. So we're going to keep the wholesale tags and the wholesale everything. It's all going to stay just the way it is, and I will not have the headache of having to keep up with all the extra paperwork, all the extra responsibilities of running a retail dealership, which is something I never, ever wanted to do. So I'm very happy about this. This also means that the agreed to fines that we were going to pay out over 6 months, that has also been approved. We are back on track to pay $4,000 a month over the next 6 months to cover the $24,000 penalty. So this is all good news. Between the medical news, my Chevelle, which, by the way, almost got stolen. That's crazy. I don't want to say who it was, because I'm not trying to put them on blast. They did nothing wrong. But the place I got it from did me a solid, and they hooked up shipping for me. And some time went by, and I got a hold of them, and I was like, what's going on? They sent me the shipping company. I called the shipping company, and the shipping company said, that's not us. That is somebody pretending to be us on Central Dispatch. Apparently this is a really common thing. People are pretending to be legitimate shippers, and they're actually not. They said, yeah, your car is probably gone. And I was like, no. Oh no. Oh no. My heart sank because I don't know how that works with insurance. Because is that on me? Because the car was never delivered to me. Is that on the seller? Is that on Central Dispatch? Here's what happens. I don't know who it's on, but I know that nobody's going to want to take responsibility for it, and that's going to leave a pretty large dent in my bank account with a car missing. So thankfully I was able to call up the dealership, and I was like, please, please, please tell me this car has not left your lot. And they're like, no, it's still here. We're wondering where they went. And I said, good. It's a scam. Don't let them pick it up. I said it was a scam. They're probably going to take the car and it's going to be shipped, somewhere on the other side of the planet, or just hauled off down to Mexico. I don't know. Either way, the car is going to disappear. So they got another shipper, and thankfully it arrived safe today. The C5 Corvette that we've been talking about for so long, I can't wait to get into that video because that's a complicated one. It has been a month since I bought that car, and it just never showed up. The people were supposed to pick it up, and then they canceled because something was broken, and then something else was broken, and then it was something that was so bad that it could not be fixed quickly. And for the price, I can't. Just please watch the video. Please watch the video on the C5 Corvette, because that one ended up being a lot of misery and a lot of bad luck. But at the end, the deal that I got because of this is absolutely insane. It's another one of those kind of once in a lifetime type deals. I think you guys are either going to love it or you're going to hate it. Okay, so there's the Chevelle. There's the Corvette. You know that I've got an S65 coming that I paid absolutely nothing for. Very similar to the G-Wagon. I got a 2009 S65 AMG for let's just make it simple, around $10,000, around $10,000. I also got the G-Wagon for around $10,000 as well. These are incredible deals, assuming there's nothing seriously wrong, and assuming if there is, I can fix it. These things could be absolute steals. Just to put it into perspective, that S65 AMG was about $250,000 brand new. We're talking like supercar territory. The car was over $200,000 when it was brand new, and here we are today, and it's a $10,000 car. So I'm excited. We got a lot of really good stuff coming to the channel, guys. And my health, so far, I've had great news on that. I got to go back for a few other minor little things here and there, but I am feeling better than I have felt in a really, really, really long time. And I wanted to thank all of you personally for the well wishes, for the support. I got so many emails and so many comments from you guys just wishing me well, telling me that you cared. And it really lifted my spirits. It really did. Like, I feel reinvigorated. I feel really excited to get back out here and get to work. I'm ready for these new cars to get here, and I'm ready to get back to work and produce some new content for you guys. Again, sorry for having to take a couple days off there. It's a little rough. I did not expect, after going through the procedure, that I was going to be as exhausted as I was. They use, was it propofol, I don't know, the Michael Jackson stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. Propofol, I think is what it's called. That stuff, let me tell you something. They tried to put a bite thing in my mouth before they were going to put me under. So they wheel me back to the room, and the lady puts this bite thing in my mouth. I have a bad gag reflex because of that thing, and it acts up even more when I'm really nervous. And I'm not going to lie, anytime I get put under, I'm nervous, because even though some people have probably done it 100 times and they're used to it, I've only ever done this twice. And for me, it's still a really scary experience because I'm always afraid that they're going to put me under. I'm not going to wake up. It's just a weird quirk of mine. She shoves this bite thing in my mouth, and I'm like, and I pull it out, and I said, I can't. I said, I'm sorry. I said, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I said, it's making me want to gag. I can't have this in my mouth. So they take this hose and they put it up by my face. They go, here, just breathe this for a minute. And I recognized the smell from when I had my gallbladder removed and my hernia done. I knew the smell immediately. Like, I'm about to fall asleep. So she put the hose like in front of my face, just kind of waved it there. And I 2 seconds, I was like, oh boy, here, I felt myself crashing. But this time, for whatever reason, I decided I wanted to fight falling asleep. I kept my eyes open, and then I come back. And she's like, oh, she's like, hold on. She's like, he's out quick. He doesn't need much of this. And next thing I knew, I woke up. And I got to open my eyes to Jessica standing there. Jessica woke me up. They tried to get me up. They just, I was out, man. I was really out. It was so, honestly, medicine kind of fascinates me because it's crazy that you can go to sleep and then you wake up and it's like instantaneous. I don't dream. Nothing happens. It's like I'm suspended in time when I'm on that propofol, whatever it is, propofol. It's like time stops. I close my eyes and then I just open them right back up again, and I'm back. And the procedure is done. Like, it was the same thing with my gallbladder and everything. That took a considerable amount of time to do well, not considerable, but in my opinion, it took a couple hours to do the gallbladder and the hernia. And it was amazing that I closed my eyes really scared about this surgery because I'd never had a surgery before. And then I opened my eyes, and there was my family standing all around me in my room. It's a beautiful thing, really. Medicine truly fascinates me. I wish I was smarter so I could understand more of it. Maybe go to school for something. I don't know. But anyway, just a little bit of personal insight into what's going on in my life. My Indiana house, I've had a lot of you been asking what's going on because we were supposed to be back there doing a finale video months ago. And here we are months later, and no, it is not done. There have been some hiccups along the way. The house was kind of sinking. It had to be jacked up and supported with concrete pads and these big jacks. There had to be new beams installed. The house has turned out to be a lot, and it's cost me a lot more than I ever anticipated. The budget for that house has been blown many times over at this point. By the time it's done, when you include the roof and the windows and all of these renovations, I am into that house for about $120,000. And that's if nothing else goes wrong, which it really can't, because now it's just a matter of cosmetics. Now it's a matter of we're putting in cabinets, we're putting in counters, we're putting in sinks, vanities, shower, bathtub, flooring, and the drywall is almost all completely up and done. The whole house has been completely the whole interior, all new drywall everywhere. We're gonna have new floors everywhere, new subflooring everywhere. I mean, the whole house is being completely renovated inside and out. So this is going to be a really big deal when I finally get you guys back up there. But the people that are working out there, they had some things come up that slowed them down a little bit. The weather has also not been very cooperative right now. That slowed them down a little, but they had some personal things they had to deal with, but they are back on it full time now. So I've seen them out there every day just hammering away at the house. I got some pictures today. I'm really impressed. I think my uncle and my grandparents would be really proud. So here soon, I promise you, if the weather is cooperating and everything is working out right for us, we will go up there and we'll get that video finished. I don't think we have too long to wait. I'm hopeful that, well, probably not by Hanukkah or Christmas for you guys, but maybe sometime early, very beginning next year. I'm really hoping that the place is finished and we can do the finale video. And I think it'd be fun to take Monkey Wrench Mike, if he's got the time, to go up there with us, and we'll take one of the cars. I don't know which one. Maybe the car I'll tell you right now that I want to take is the 72 Chevelle. That's what I want to take. The car that might be a little more entertaining would be the car that's probably the worst car to take, a rear-wheel drive 630 horsepower V12 twin turbo V12 Mercedes. Unreliable, very risky, rear-wheel drive. That car would probably be the worst car to take on the trip, and that's probably the one that would do the best on video. So stay tuned, because there's a lot coming. Obviously, this whole dealership thing, it's still hanging in the balance, but I mean, we've come to agreements on everything. So it should just be a matter of getting the paperwork processed and getting this done. And with any luck, come the first of the year, the dealership just continues on like it is right now with no interruptions at all. With that, I think I'm going to get out of here. Why don't we take a quick walk outside and let's see if that Corvette showed up, because he was supposed to be here quite a while ago. All right, let's take a look. I haven't heard anything. It'll be my luck they won't show up till tomorrow. I was really, really hoping this thing would get here tonight. No. All right, well. Damn, man. I was really hoping to get that here tonight. I'm trying to get all my cars down here where I know where they're all at. They're all safe. This one I should really put in the shop. God, I really should put that in the shop. I don't think I'm going to, though. It is supposed to snow tonight. A little bit of snow ain't going to hurt it, right? A little bit of snow ain't going to hurt the 66 either. We got the General Lee V sitting out here. Hell, maybe I'll drive this one home tonight. And then the infamous G-Wagon that I got the parts in today for it that I think are going to permanently fix it. Then I got to decide what to do with it. I have to drive it around a little bit, make sure that this part does fix it. Make sure we don't have any other major problems. Then I got to decide, am I going to send it off to Paint and Body Work to get the rust repaired and to get it repainted? Or am I just going to send it down the road? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet, guys. But we got time. We got time. We've got to get my truck into the shop, my 2025 Ram 2500 Cummins. This bad boy has been my daily and my tow pig for quite a while now, but we have some problems with. Number one, I need to get it in for its first service. It needs to get the oil changed, tires rotated. And I've got a trailer brake problem. I get an error on my dash. You can't have a Stellantis product without something being broken. You know what I mean? Something has to be broken all the time. It's just it's like Mercedes. Maybe that's why Daimler Chrysler ended up buying Mercedes. You know? Maybe, because Mercedes are the same way. European cars in general are the same way. It's like something always has to be broken or something major is going to break. Well, I've got a trailer brake fault that pops up on this truck all the time. Needless to say, I do quite a bit of hauling, and trailer brakes are, you know, they're kind of important. We still have the Lexus. A lot of you said send it down the road. A lot of you said to fix it. So I think what I'm going to do, I have been looking for wheels for weeks now, and I can find them, but people want a pretty penny for them, or they've got wheels that are in horrible shape and they want more money than it's worth to me to buy them. So what I think I'm going to do with this is, as much as I hate the wheels that are on it right now, I think I'm going to pull the wheels, pop the tires, slap my new tires on these wheels, and just put the wheels back on just so it has fresh rubber to roll on. This should be out of here, like, I'm guessing any day now. This one will be going to Australia along with the Corvette. Speaking of, I've got some parts for the Corvette in the shop that I forgot, and I need to throw them in this car so that he gets them. So I'll do that. My Crown Vic is sitting down at Mako right now, getting paint work done on it, so it should be back pretty soon. But I think we're going to get back to this one, and I think my next move on the Lexus is pulling the computer, which, if this is unlocked, of course not. No, the computer is buried inside the dash, like behind the CD changer. We're going to have to pull a lot of stuff apart to get to the computer, but I think that's the next step, is pulling the computer, taking the computer apart. Let's check the capacitor, see if anything's blown, see if it's repairable, see if I need to replace it. Lunar Outlaw's Garage said he had a couple that if I needed, he could send down to me, so major shout out and thank you to him for that. And with that, I think you have an update on literally everything, and I was kind of stalling, just hoping that C5 was gonna show up. I really would like to drive that home tonight. I'd like to drive this one home as well. Nick is here with me. He's in the house, and he really likes this car. He would like to drive it home too. I just don't know with the we're supposed to have ice and stuff starting at midnight and then snow. So this is definitely not the car I should be trying to drive home. But stay tuned. If you're interested in the Chevelle, I have a video coming on it very, very soon. All right, just take a quick gander at the old girl, if you will, and you know, drop a comment. Tell me what you think. Look how easy that door closes. God, this car is nice. I'm really excited. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I guess we're gonna get out of here. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.